So the world may be going to hell and sinking down into a hole, but let's forget all about that and talk about the Super Bowl. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope y'all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So you guys, today is Valentine's Day, and I'm at home, all alone, bored, tipsy, hungry, and horny. But, you know, since I have a lot of boredom on my mind, let me just go ahead and cure myself and come and talk to you guys. But today I want to talk about the Super Bowl performance. So we had roughly 5 performers, you guys. The Super Bowl, in my opinion, it was off the chain. It was good. It was flawless. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. A lot of people of other skin tones may have something bad to say about it, but for the most part, I was thoroughly entertained. I must say Jay-Z is doing the damn thing, but we're going to talk about him a little bit later. But overall, let's talk about each performance and how I felt about each person performing. So y'all, I didn't read the obituary or whatever you call it, the performance sheet or the track, whatever. I didn't read the sheet, but I kind of deduced the fact that this whole entire performance was paying homage to the producer and the abuser known by Dr. Dre. I'm just kidding, y'all. I like Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is cool, but I will say, for the most part, like, it was all paying homage to every song that he produced, and I thought certain people were gonna debut new music, but that didn't happen because it's all about Dr. Dre's songs. So first off, we have Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre performing the next episode. You know, Snoop Dogg came out in his long dreads and his Crip attire, wearing a whole entire Crip blue, which y'all jogged my memory, but didn't he, back in the day, say he was a Blood, and then all of a sudden he was a Crip? Let me know if I'm tripping. But they performed the next episode, and they also performed Tupac's California Love, and they did a great job. And then we go on down to 50 Cent. 50 Cent were like a whole dollar, looking like a whole dollar and 50 Cent. 50 Cent was thick, and a lot of people were fat shaming him. Please, first of all, 50 Cent is of a certain age, and 50 Cent looked just good. Like, just good and girthy. We like girth over here. Girthy. But 50 Cent had that grown man weight that you like to just... That grown man weight that makes you just feel all secure and safe and something to hold on to. And okay, y'all, I'm tripping. Like I am dickless on Valentine's Day. Please excuse me. Yeah, he performed his hit song, his first hit, In the Club, which I love. I love almost everything that 50 Cent put out. Like, I don't think 50 Cent has ever put out a bad song, to be honest. Like, 50 Cent... You know, let's take a moment of appreciation for 50 Cent. 50 Cent is the purest form of a bleached asshole. But yet... at the same time, he continues to win in life. And I like 50 Cent because he's authentically himself, and he doesn't care about what people have to say about him. Like, he does what he does, and he makes moves, money moves. Like, 50 Cent has not made... I would say the only mistake 50 Cent made was doing a contest battle about who could sell the most albums between him and Kanye West, and he ended up losing, and that's when he kind of stopped rapping, because that was the deal for him to stop rapping. But other than that, that was probably like the only misstep that 50 Cent made in his career. I'm slurring my words, y'all. I'm tipsy. But that was the only misstep that 50 Cent made in his career. And besides that, he has just been immensely successful, and I look up to him in this business because he's all about longevity and girthiness. And then that brings me to Miss Mary. MJB, Miss Shuck and Jive for a Crispy Rapper 3. I love Mary J. Blige, aka Miss Monet. I love Mary J. Blige. She came out looking like the trap version of Emma Frost. But no, she looked good. She had the long ass weave. She had the leotard, the Beyonce leotard, the long boots with the fur. She looked great. Mary J. Blige always looks good, especially for her age. Mary J. Blige, that is the one person that should always have blonde hair. Like the one dark-skinned black woman that should always wear blonde hair, because blonde hair just looks amazing on her. Like, Mary J. Blige looks great. I don't know what she's done. I don't know what Illuminati juice she's drinking, but baby, she looks amazing. But she got out there with her flicked dance. You know how Mary dances. You know, she was trying to keep up, but she couldn't. That's why we love her, because she just can't. She just can't even. But we appreciate her efforts, and we appreciate the music that she puts out, because Mary J. Blige makes amazing music. She performed No Drama, and she performed Family Affair. I was really hoping that she was going to perform Real Love. Real Love, white people love Real Love, but it is what it is. We're performing Dr. Dre's songs, and I'm assuming he produced both of those. And then we get into Kendrick Lamar, aka Mr. Ya 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 Ya. Y'all, I love Kendrick Lamar. He came out and performed Mad City, and he also performed, what was the second song he performed, y'all? It's off the top of my head. I have it in my notes real quick. Let me look. Yeah, I'm not cutting this out. Let me look at my notes real quick. He performed Mad City and We Gon' Be Alright. We Gon' Be Alright. It took the N word out of it, but We Gon' Be Alright. He did a great job, y'all. I miss Kendrick Lamar. I miss Kendrick Lamar. Drake disappointed me. Kanye West disappointed me. Both of their albums sucked. Complete shit. We're waiting on him to drop an album, and like I said earlier, we all expected him to drop a song, but these are Dr. Dre's songs, so whatever. But Kendrick Lamar, you need to drop this damn album. Stop acting like Rihanna. Drop this album, because we're waiting. We need a void filled, because music sucks. Music sucks right now. It's terrible. But yeah, y'all, it was good seeing Kendrick Lamar. Like, y'all, I love Kendrick Lamar. Like, I think he is the only rap concert I've actually been to in person, and baby, I had a great time. Even though I was one of the few black people there, I had a great time at Kendrick Lamar's concert, and that was way back in like 2015, 2016, and that is still in my memory to this day. Like, oh my God, Kendrick, come back and play. And then we get into Eminem. Now, you guys may be mad at me, but I'm not the biggest fan of Eminem. Now, I will say I'm a fan of him from way back in the 90s when he first came on the scene. I loved him because he was like just a, he was unique. He was a white person that could rap. He was corny and goofy, but at the same time, he had like an intense, very, very intense dark side. And I strayed away from him because he leaned more into the dark side, and then later on was a complete asshole to Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. And overall, he was just shitty. Like, Eminem was a shitty individual. And then, like, some of his newer music, he came back with newer music after taking like a long hiatus, and that music absolutely just fucking sucked. Like, it sucked. His new music absolutely sucked. I wasn't feeling him or his piss poor ass attitude. Like, I understand Eminem, you were depressed and you've been through a lot growing up in the trailer park, but for the most part, he had like white rage, and y'all know what white rage is. You know what it is. And that's why I couldn't really get with Eminem. Like, he just seemed like he was just mad at the world and mad at everybody for no fucking reason at all, just because you had a shitty relationship with your mom. And then on top of that, like, he made a song and like one of the lyrics, like, calling black women ugly, basically calling them gorillas and shit. But yeah, we excuse him because he's the greatest rapper of all time. But anyways, he performed Lose Yourself, and I like the fact that he came out in hoodies. I guess that was like homage to Trayvon Martin. And then he took a knee, which was like cool, and he got in trouble with the NFL for it. I appreciate his efforts, but at the same time, it's kind of pandering too. But it is what it is. I appreciate his efforts. Eminem was cool, but fuck him. And then Dr. Dre comes out, and he is on the piano, and he's performing a Tupac song. Now, at this point, y'all, I thought there was going to be a Tupac hologram. Because they already played California Love, and then they were like, he was alluding to playing the song. I'm looking at my notes again, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, what was the damn song? He was performing I Ain't Mad at You on the piano. That's what he was performing, and I thought, bam, there's going to be a Tupac hologram. And I'm so glad they did not go that route. And lastly, Dr. Dre hops off the piano, Snoop Dogg comes out, and they both perform Still Dre, and everybody comes onto the stage for a final hurrah. And then it's over, you guys. I will say, this halftime show, I thought it was going to be a mess because there was too many people. And 50 Cent was actually the guest performance. He was not announced, so it was a surprise to everybody that 50 Cent was there. But for the most part, I thought it was going to be a mess because it was like a lot of artists that some of them didn't really gel well. Like, I kind of saw like Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre all together because they are all from the West Coast and it's in Los Angeles and all that. But Mary J. Blige is from New York. It was kind of just like, oh, okay, but you know, it's Mary J. Blige, so we're going to take her. And then it's Eminem, who I don't know where he's from, who cares? But it's just like, oh, okay. But Eminem and Dr. Dre worked together in the past, so I understood that too. But Mary J. Blige was kind of like the odd one out, and I just didn't think all of them were going to mesh together. But overall, they pulled it together. They put it together because this is a Super Bowl and there's money to be made. And we got to get these streams up. Got to get these streams up because none of these artists have got paid. None of these artists get paid for Super Bowl performances, y'all. It's all for exposure. You know, exposure. When you first enter the industry, it's all about exposure. Even though these people are industry veterans, they still need that exposure because believe it or not, there are white people out there that don't know who Mary J. Blige is. Like, believe me, you. There are people who don't know who Mary J. Blige is, don't know who Dr. Dre is, or Kendrick Lamar. They're in their own world. But the Super Bowl is that main stage where everybody across the globe is watching. It's just like, oh my God, like who are these black people making this music? So I understand why these people take a pay cut or be payless. No shoe department, but they get paid nothing, but they get the exposure in return because their streams go back up. But I will say, Jay-Z, baby, you are the greatest pimp that ever existed, baby. Like Jay-Z, you're able to wrangle all these artists together because you have them all under contract, under Tidal. Do you guys have Tidal? I don't. I had it for a free trial. We're Apple Music over here. But I will say for the most part, Jay-Z, I mean, you're doing the damn thing at the Super Bowl, even though you kind of like sacrifice your integrity to be a part of the Super Bowl, but it is what it is. I digress, Mr. Camel Face, but you know, I loved it. I give it, out of 10, I would give it a 9.5. You know what? Let's just give it a 10. It was good. Like, there was nothing bad about it, nothing off. Like, everybody got in their motherfucking part and did the damn thing, and I love each and every one of them except for Eminem. But those are my views. Let me know how you guys feel about the Super Bowl performance, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I might come back at you guys with some more content.